Behind every song, there's a story, a struggle, and a reason to keep going. Welcome back to Creative Struggles. I'm Najee, and this season we have sat down with some recording artists to hear about their journey in the music industry. And today we are continuing that conversation with another artist who is building her career one song at a time. We're talking about how she got started, what inspires her music, the challenges she's faced, how she stayed consistent, and what keeps her going even when the road gets tough. Please help me welcome Olive Melody. Come on in.
Hi,
Thank you
guys.
for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I was telling her off camera, but I was like, I've been having a lot of male artists, but I've not had a female artist. So here we are. I would love to start off by saying I really, really appreciate you coming. I love your work.
Thank you very much.
No, like I really do. Like I still listen to AM to PM, Invade, and then you have your new song,
Bedroom, yes.
Okay, with that. But I want to get first, I like to do the grind report. So anything that you've been grinding on for the week, anything exciting?
So yeah, I'm part of a project right
Mhm.
now. I can't give too many
Oh,
details, but
yes.
it's literally my dreams coming true.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love to hear it.
I think it would be better we talk about it once it's out because I can't
Yeah.
really like give too many details yet, but it's things I would have never imagined
Mhm.
happening and in a really weird way. Like it wasn't even me pushing for
Mhm.
anything. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of aligned. So it's kind of creepy.
But that's a blessing. I feel like, we can be in our own way or just kind of not venturing off from what we're trying to do in life, but sometimes we put our dream or what our goal really was kind of on a back burner. And then it just so happens that things fall into line, fall into place, and the dream is happening. The dream is coming true.
So like, yeah, it's kind of like, you know how when you're really pushing and you're
Mhm.
trying to do something and things are just not falling in line because it's just not in your control and then you
Yeah.
let go and then things just kind of happen. It
Mhm.
really like showed me, wow, like this is really not in your control. You just
Yeah.
have to do your music and enjoy it and
Yeah.
put your best foot forward.
Yeah. You really have to just go with the not with the punches, but just go with
roll with the punches too. Yeah, you can do that too.
go with the flow.
Go with the flow, roll with the punches. I'll take it.
Yeah, I think that, it's just, you can't rush perfection. You just can't, I feel like we always want things to be done our way because, we're human. We want things to be done our way or no way else. And unfortunately, it's just not how life works. But I think, once you said you let go and just, you know what, hey, if it's going to work, it's going to work. And usually once you just, I have no control over this, I'm just gonna let it go, it always comes back even better, 10 times better, really. So,
Especially when the thing is, the most important thing is stepping away from perfectionism because nothing is ever going to be
yeah,
perfect.
it's never gonna be
And
perfect.
you're going to wait and just going to
Yeah.
like not really be in the moment and consistently do what you really love
Yeah.
to do. Like, and it's hard when you're a perfectionist to actually step away from that.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, but it's like you really have to just let go. Cause I can, like, when it comes to editing, like an episode, like at first I was like editing nonstop the same episode, and it's like, but I
Lot of work.
need it to go this way. It's like, no, just post it.
Right.
It's not gonna just do it because you're driving yourself crazy
Right.
trying to perfect something that is already good. You
Right,
know,
right.
so hate that.
Yeah, and editing is no joke. It's a lot
It's
of work.
not.
You can sit there for hours
Mhm.
and drive yourself crazy.
Now I'm just like, yep, that's good.
Yeah.
Send it. So I want to talk about how you got into music.
Actually really young.
Mhm.
Like my mom put me in music school at 4.
Cool.
So we had to learn a music instrument and learn how to like compose, like write little melodies with a xylophone and then learn how to write the stuff. So that was like my first experience. It was really, I mean, like we're four, so we
Yeah.
just have a xylophone, it's a xylophone,
Mhm.
and we're playing. So that's how I started.
Mhm.
And then from there at 6, I started playing the violin, and I really fell in love with singing though.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I
Now,
kind of got into it.
yeah, can you play the violin and sing too?
No, because I played for like 9 years,
Mhm.
but then, coming a teen, like preteen, I was like,
Mhm.
this is not cool. I don't want to do this anymore.
Mhm.
So I
Yep.
wouldn't say I'm a violinist.
But I think it's probably something you can now, did you learn how to read notes or more so playing by ear? Well,
No,
you're
I've learned how to
you're
read sheet music,
Mhm.
but I also can play by ear.
Yeah.
But yeah, my main focus is singing. So
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. It's funny because when I felt the same way when I was younger, I was put into piano class. And
hmm
I was like, okay, whatever. If this is something to do, just learning the music and having my piano recitals. And after a while, I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do this. I'm getting older. I'm, going into high school. It's like, are they going to laugh at me because I play an instrument? Like, I don't want to do it.
the thoughts we have.
Yeah, the thoughts are just so silly because, I could have continued on, but I'm like, I don't want people to know that I
hmm
play music.
Yeah.
But I can't play by ear. I have to actually read it, and I don't know if
Mhm.
I can still read the music.
I'm sure if it's something you've played before,
Mhm.
you'll see it and you'll hear the melodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know there's this one I don't even know the name of the song, but I can hear the melody in my head. Yeah, and
Exactly.
it's like
That happened
yeah.
to me. Like I've picked up some old sheet music, like violin sheet music. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my God, I hear
Yeah.
it.
I'm not crazy, I swear,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hear it. But would you ever, if the opportunity approached
Mhm.
you in terms of like, "Oh, well, I heard you talk about you played the violin before, like, what about playing the violin and singing? Like, what if that was an opportunity?"
Well, I'm not good enough to play and sing. Let me put it like that. So it wouldn't really happen. I don't know, crazy. I don't even have the technique down anymore.
Oh, that'll be another task. Yeah,
hmm
because those are 2 separate things.
And I would have to probably stop and then sing because you're
Mhm.
like this.
Yeah,
So unless I sing like this, it's kind
yeah.
of weird.
Like, "Can you tilt the mic just this way so I can do my head?" Who were your early, music influences?
So I'm really a big 2000 and 90s R&B
Mhm.
music fan, and I grew up in Germany,
Mhm.
so I didn't even speak English.
Wow.
So I learned I'll hear something on the radio, or like an older cousin or something would play some music, or
Mhm.
let me hear something. So that's how I kind of fell in love with some of like the R&B artists and
Mhm.
things that were out as when I was a kid. And I used to sing songs, and I would just like mouth what they're saying because
Mhm.
I didn't understand what they're saying. So it was gibberish. It wasn't
Yeah.
English. When it comes to falling in love, like the influences I have, for sure, Destiny's Child. I love
Yeah.
Destiny's Child, and I love Aaliyah too.
Yeah.
But I discovered a little later, but that song "One in a Million," I feel
Yeah.
like it's timeless.
It's
It's so timeless.
honestly, all her music is just so timeless. You can play it now, you can play it 10 years from now, and it's
Mhm.
still going to be hits.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yes,
So
definitely.
creative, like the crickets in the background, like
Mhm.
just the even like the composition, like the beat is crazy.
Yeah, beats crazy.
Timbaland is a genius.
Babies crying in the
Right,
back.
right. Like I just using anything. I love that.
Yeah.
Just the creativity.
And I feel like that's what makes it timeless because people weren't really doing that back then. And I
Yeah.
think I heard a story that they wanted Aaliyah to go with a different producer because
Oh.
Timberland and Missy Elliott weren't really known back then. And she was like,
Mhm.
"No, I want them. Their sound is
Wow.
unique. Their sound is great."
Yeah.
So
So
I
exciting.
yeah, I feel like you always wanna have, that phenomenal singer-songwriter, but also if you have great beats and putting them
Mhm.
together, it makes the work, 10 times better,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Have you worked with any producers where it's like, yeah, this is like the best connection? Yeah.
Absolutely. Like my producer that I
Mhm.
have now, we've been working for like at least 10 years now.
Wow.
Invincible Beats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. The Invincible Beat. So, what made you first fall in love with music? I know you said that your mom got you into music at 4,
Hmm.
but what made you like, I actually do like this? I do want to
I
really
actually,
pursue.
like, I would say maybe 15.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
15.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you in like any choirs or like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I was in a choir in Chicago,
Mhm.
and it was at the Apostolic Church of God,
Mhm.
so it was a gospel choir.
Nice.
And I also it's a mega church, so we have like
Mhm.
20,000 members, and
Yeah.
then I became a soloist. So I was singing solos there, and I was also teaching the kids choir. Yeah.
That's rewarding. Just to
I
see the
love
little
that.
kids, yeah.
So cute.
How long did you do that for?
Just a couple of years because then I moved over here,
Mhm.
to LA. But I think I really honed my skills when it comes to harmonies and
Mhm.
compositions there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that definitely was like a big, big influence.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like gospel music it always does it. I feel like
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people start from anyway, in the
Hmm.
church, in choir, and then they build from there. I
Hmm.
feel like when someone has been in a choir.
Yeah, you
You
can
could
hear
just
it.
hear it.
Yeah, I know.
I get that music.
Oh yeah, 4-part harmony. I
Yeah.
hear it.
I was in choir too, but
Okay.
my voice is just very low and like I think I would be singing
Low
to
in
like
volume or low in
low in
tone?
volume. I think I was a soprano.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's easy to work on.
Yeah, but
Just the volume.
yeah, I would literally watch the other people sing and I wouldn't know.
Oh, you were shy. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm very shy because it's like, but what if I actually sing and then like the mics cut out and people just stop and it's just me? It's like, no.
Oh, they had a chick in my choir.
Mm.
If you don't know the words or you don't want to be heard, just mouth watermelon.
Wow.
So you don't have to worry. There's parts you
Wow.
don't know.
I'm gonna have to try that when I hear a song I don't know and then like somebody just record like, oh, she knows it. No, but yeah, I know watermelon. So how did you discover your sound? What's your process?
A lot of listening,
Mhm.
listening to a lot of music, listening to other singers that I look up to,
Mhm.
and then just, learning the songs. And then
Mhm.
you kind of like, oh, I like this run, or oh, I
Yeah.
like this tone, or this is something I gravitate to. So
Mhm.
anything you gravitate to, you kind of put it together like a puzzle. And then also, but this is another thing I feel like is super important. As a singer, when you first start out and you start recording and you hear your voice back, and it's a really vulnerable moment, and
Mhm.
you got to get used to your own voice.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people starting out are afraid of hearing themselves.
Mhm.
And when they hear themselves, like just accepting that and getting really comfortable with your voice and then understanding, okay, this is my range. This is where my voice is most powerful. These are like the parts that I do really, really well.
Mhm.
Steer away from this.
Mhm.
Kind of like, that's kind of like how you just out of
Yeah.
experience and just doing it, doing it, doing it. You kind of build your own sound. That's how I did it.
Nice. Now, what's your writing process like?
Okay, so I love writing to beats already. Like, so if
Mhm.
somebody gives me a track, I
Mhm.
just listen to the track and then kind of, what does it make me feel?
Mhm.
This seems like a sad heartbreak song. So
Mhm.
then I'll write something in that. Like, so, and then a lot of times I'll just start with melodies and I'll just kind of like, sing some melodies, not really. And sometimes, there'll be words in between and I'm like, oh, I like this. So maybe I'll take this word and like I turn this into the hook. And then
Mhm.
I kind of piece it together that way. And yeah, the first few takes would just be like weird melodies and gibberish. And then out of that, I kind of piece it together. And
Mhm.
then once I have like a hook or a verse or I know which direction I
Mhm.
go to, I'll just like loop the beat and then just start writing. And then I took it on upon myself to I'll see like a lot of rappers go in a booth and just go
Mhm.
line by line. I'm like,
Mhm.
I want to be able to do this as a
Yeah.
singer. Like, what? And I met a singer that was really good at doing that. So I started practicing that. Like, I'll just start out with 2 lines. I already have those, and then go on the booth and record those 2 lines, and then just build from there. And then just find another line that rhymes and another line that rhymes. And yeah, so a lot of times I do that in the studio. Yeah.
Nice. I feel like writing is it's very therapeutic, and I feel like it's also a trick to it. Like you said, like rhyming. I cannot rhyme, so it's like
Oh,
how do
honey,
you
there's
even
apps. You can always go to Rhyme Zone. What rhymes with
really?
time?
It's just like, especially when you listen to the rappers and it's like they're just flowing. It's like, how are you coming up with this so fast? Like,
Yeah, they're
oh my
freestyling.
goodness.
They have a faster, I don't know, computing
Yeah. Like
process.
I would have to sit and think,
Mhm.
okay, now that is a good one. Okay, give me a second here.
Mhm.
Nope, that's not it either. Like I would probably lose every battle because like now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
So
I can't do it either. The nerves play a role too. So like
yeah.
coming up with stuff without having practiced it is hard.
Yeah. I feel like singing is better in terms of you can just really sit there and like, yeah, just go with the melody and yeah, that's gonna flow real good. Like, yep.
Yeah. Definitely a crutch.
Yeah. So like your growth over time at 15,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Opposed to now, how do you feel like your style has changed?
Like day and night, I would say.
Were you singing like kind of the same type of songs back then?
I was always inspired by R&B music, so yes, but I definitely was not as, refined as a singer, and I was still discovering my voice. So, I think it's such a juggle between practicing and trying to get better, but at the same time, like actually working on music and putting it out. So it's kind of a process. You can't just like just practice and just focus on that and then not never ever do any music. Just like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. So yeah, that was definitely a thing like where I had to learn to steer away from perfectionism.
How have you found your identity as an artist?
Hmm. Vulnerability. You got to be vulnerable and also you have to accept yourself. That's so important. Definitely the main thing is try to be as much at you as you can. Yes, of course, there's the things where like yourself and your style and like, you have a stylist maybe, or you dress a certain way. But I think it comes back to your beliefs and your like what you stand for. For example, I feel like it shouldn't be about trying to fit a certain mold or try to look like every other R&B artist. Like I feel like everybody has something unique to bring to the table, and if you amplify that and you fully accept who you are and what you do, I think that's the right way, because I feel like people also then can connect better to you because they see it's real. It's not like a fake thing put on. And nowadays with like social media, you can literally build your own audience with the way you want to be, not how you would think a label might feel like it's appealing. So
Yeah.
I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah. I think it's always safer to just be yourself because, that time will come when you're trying to fake it and it's like, oh, can you do? It's like, no, I was kidding. I don't know. I don't know about
Not
that.
only that, it's like you also don't want people to be like, oh, be more like this, or why don't you do that, or and then you lose your own identity as an artist because like now you're doing everything else that other people want or think is right for you. So I definitely think it's very important to be vulnerable and to really be yourself.
Yeah.
As cliche as it sounds, be yourself, guys.
Yeah. Have you ever been put in a situation where it's like, I love your sound, but I actually want you to can you sing this way? Can you sing?
Oh yeah. Sing like this artist or sing like that artist or do it like that. Yeah, you hear that, but just I usually do, oh yeah, sure. And then I do what I want to do anyways. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what I meant. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, because I was doing my thing
I
anyway.
was like, you just say, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like why does everybody have the same style, have the same cadence? There's all different type of sounds. So if every artist is trying to be the same, where's the originality? Where's the uniqueness? I like listening to all type of different music
Exactly.
because it's different. It's not the same.
And yeah, but I think it comes from back in the day, the labels had all the control, right?
Mhm.
Now the people have the control.
Yeah.
You have your own control. So back then, it's like, okay, the label is targeting a certain
Mhm.
audience. They want a certain person to, that they're going to push. And then they kind of force feed you this certain music. And then all the other artists think, oh, I have to join in and be like this. Otherwise, I won't be
Mhm.
successful. So now with nowadays you don't really need to do that, but I think some people may still have that mentality. And also, if you see something works, you think, oh, I guess maybe I need to do the same thing, so it might work for me. But because it's so open now and anybody can do anything, and there's so many, like, people are more independent when as listeners too. So there's room for everybody. Like, you don't have to fit into that mold or dress a certain way. And as you see now, I feel like we have a bigger variety of different type of artists.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I love, you know. I already mentioned my fave songs from you earlier. I was excited.
Thank you.
I was looking up. I was like, well, is it an album or is it separate songs? They were all singles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, what I did with the songs that, like, you first mentioned, like AM to PM and Invade,
Mhm.
I released them as singles, but then they were all under a album that I released later. So it's yeah, and it really doesn't matter how you release it. Just release something.
Yeah.
Work, put it out, be consistent.
Yes. Yes. That word consistency. It's gonna do it every time. Oh, November Leaves too.
You like that
Yes.
one? Oh yeah, I love it. It's very poetic.
Yeah.
My producer actually co-wrote that one and came up with like the hook. So, and I built the verses. Yeah, like he writes as well. So
Do you, so you guys work together with a lot of writing, or is it more so like he'll think of something like, oh, I think this would be great?
we work together on everything. Yeah, he's like, oh, I have this. Usually he'll just pull up a folder and be like, oh, here are some beats, and then I'll just choose whichever one I want to work on, and then we just go start on it, and then he'll record
Nice.
me, and I'll come up with some lines. And he was one of those key people that helped me with the writing, as far as, like, I would say something because English is not my first language, so some of the writing wasn't natural to me. So I would come up with something and I'll tell him, oh, this is what I have. He's like, oh, you can't say that because that you can't just like translate it from your head because in English it doesn't make sense. So he definitely helped me to be more natural with my writing. So having like a American native speaker helped a lot.
Nice. What's your first language?
Okay, so I grew up bilingual. So I speak German and Turkish.
Okay.
I'm from the Middle East. And then I learned English and French in school.
Okay.
So,
Have you sang any songs in Turkish?
well, more like sang songs that are out, but I have never written a Turkish song. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I wrote a German song maybe before, but I haven't recorded it or anything.
Would that be something you would
Be open to?
be open to?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. Let's go on to the reality of the music industry.
Fun.
Now, we already talked about staying consistent, but what does staying consistent really mean to you?
Well, one is staying consistent in writing songs, recording, then also putting out stuff on social media, whether it's any type of posts. And it's really important to stay kind of in the mix with that,
Yeah.
so that's probably the one thing you need to be most consistent, because nowadays, I've heard this somewhere, I don't know where, but they say that you're not an artist or a singer anymore. You're a content creator that does music. So you got to kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So that's the reality of it now. And I know that, like, a lot of people that are more introverted might be struggling with that because well, I'm kind of introverted. I can turn it on. So
Yeah.
but usually I'm very introverted and kind of laid back, and then just pushing yourself to do things that are like out of your comfort zone definitely can be overwhelming. So
Very, very much so. Yeah. I'm introverted as well. I would,
okay.
stick to myself and, if I have to be around people, it's like, okay, we got this. Let's turn it on.
See, I used to be a server, and that's how I learned. Like I'm an extrovert, but it's exhausting.
Yeah, because it's like it's not something that you're doing all the time. You're in a very relaxed, very to yourself space, And then when you have to turn it on, it's like, okay, we need to
Mhm.
prepare.
Yep, yep, preparation for sure is a
Yeah.
big thing in that. And then also it's like when you're an introvert, you don't really want to be center of attention.
Yeah.
So being an artist and an introvert is kind or just actor, you act, right? So
Yeah.
you know how that
It's
can
yeah.
kind of be weird.
But it's in a weird way, it's more so like when it comes to acting, I'm like, I'm not being myself, I'm being a character. So when I look at it that way, I kind of get outside of myself and it's no longer about me. It's the
Mhm.
character, you know.
Mm,
So
okay, that's in a way you do that with music too. You
mhm.
have like your artist name and you're a little bit of, a different persona on stage, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like acting too, a bit.
It's like, you have two sides to yourself. You have the introverted to yourself. Like, I don't need to go out. I'm okay. And
Right.
then you have well, I mean, I could go out, like, but I'm on a time limit because after a while, it's like, yeah, my social meters
Yeah.
went down.
This
It's
down. Her
actually off.
social batteries are out. But so this is really out a question
Mhm.
I want to ask you. As an actor, you still have to bring your own feelings and your vulnerabilities and everything like
Yeah,
to the character. So
yeah.
in a way, isn't that kind of scary? Like as a
I feel like it
introvert?
depends on the character and what I have to bring
Mm.
to it.
Mm.
Every character is different, and you learn about using substitution or connecting to the character if you have similarities. And it's like, okay, like I can use this for my own personal life
Mhm.
and use it as the character. But
Mm.
sometimes it can be a character that you're not really familiar with because you don't have that experience. So it kind of makes it a little harder
Yeah.
because you have to dig deeper.
Wow. That sounds scary.
But yeah, I think, like you said, social media has really, really done its number over the past years. I think that nowadays, everybody's a singer, everybody's an actor, everybody is everything
Everything.
because they have this nice piece of equipment called a phone, and they can
Mhm.
just turn it on and turn it off and be done with it. I
Mhm.
feel like there's also this numbers thing when it comes to trying to be discovered by a casting director, trying to
Mm.
better yourself. It's like, oh well, how many followers do you have?
That's so crazy to me. That's
Oh,
so crazy to me.
you don't have 100K? Like, no. Well, unfortunately, we're gonna have to move it to one else. It's like, but
It's crazy.
what does the amount of followers I have to do with the project itself? Like that
Yeah,
doesn't
and your acting skills.
the skills. Like
Yeah,
what did I go to class for? I don't.
right. And it's that's really disheartening because I'm sure there's a lot of very talented actors that
Mhm.
just like pour into their craft and they are like, oh, I don't have time to be on trying to get attention online
Mhm.
and it's like I feel like people go to so many extremes just to get followers. Like,
Yeah.
is it then really still about what you're actually trying to do?
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see how that's tough.
Yeah. Honestly, to me, it's just like, well, if you can't take me with the what 14, 1,500 that I have, then
Mhm.
I don't know. You probably
Mhm.
do want to go with someone else because
Right. That's the most important part. Like,
yeah, mm, definitely sucks because it's no longer about the
the
craft.
craft.
It's about, well, can these people get the attention that we're looking for?
Yeah, but then they're making you part of their marketing team,
Mm-hmm.
advertising team. Are
Yeah.
they trying to cut on that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because that has nothing to do with
It has everything to do with to them.
to
Oh,
them. Yeah.
it's like,
Mm.
like, well, I'm not gonna be cut a check for the marketing team.
Right. Am I gonna get a marketing check here? Like,
plus the acting check too. I need two
hmm
checks. Let's talk about the highs and lows.
okay.
Ugh, I like to laugh. um, I feel like in anything that you do, there's
hmm
always going to be highs and lows.
Absolutely.
But I feel like the highs and lows are always heightened when you're doing something that you're truly trying to get off the ground and really trying to make your dream a reality. Let's bring in the high first. What was one of your biggest highs ever where it's like, wow, like this is incredible. I didn't even think that this was gonna happen. Like
Yeah.
what was that high for you?
I think definitely like singing the national anthem for pro ball, like
Mm.
for WNBA. That was a really big milestone. And
Mhm.
also, I guess, singing at the church,
Yeah.
but those two definitely. Living in Germany as a
Mhm.
little immigrant kid, I would have never thought that that would
Yeah.
happen. So definitely two
Yeah.
big, big highs.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've since I've been here, I've had, obviously some highs and lows, but
Mhm.
I feel like probably one of the biggest highs I've had was when I found this opportunity on Facebook. I'm like, Facebook.
Mhm.
But I was like, oh, well, I'll submit for it.
Right.
The character seems cool.
Mhm.
I submit for it, didn't think anything about it. And that was when I was first starting acting. So I didn't have a reader with me to do the lines.
Uh-huh.
So I read it as a monologue
Uh-huh.
opposed to having someone read the other part. And I'm like, well, if they like me, they'll pick me. And, I sent it and I got picked. And it was like, okay, cool.
That's
Um, and
amazing.
it was just so funny because, like, that was within, like, the first 5 months of me being here, and we filmed in Palm Springs,
Mm.
and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll just drive up there and do it and drive back," and they were like, "No, like, we got you a hotel." I was like, "Oh, but
Wow.
I don't have enough money for doing it."
Oh, per
"No, no,
diem.
no, like, no, it's on us." "Oh, okay, cool."
That's amazing. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
then I have my own trailer, it's like, "Well, are other people coming in too?" "No,
This is for
this
you.
is it's yours, has your name on it." Like, "Oh, I have
That's
a chair
amazing.
too?"
With my name on it?
So I would say that's probably one of the highest moments that I've experienced where it's like, wow, I
Yeah, that's
didn't
awesome.
need to do a couple of lines and be done.
And then also, like, just coming here and starting
Mhm.
out, like, it's almost like that beginner's luck that keeps you
Yeah.
going and motivated, so
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. It was definitely that beginner's luck, but a little bit before that, I was I got scammed like twice. So it was that moment. I was like, well, I don't know if I should do it because like they're asking for
Mhm.
my personal information and I need more money, and I don't want to give out my
Mhm.
information again. And I just thought, well, let me just bet on myself for the 50th time. And that time it worked.
Good, yeah, see? You stayed, faithful and didn't
Yeah.
stay true to yourself, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. When you first moved here, I used the word green as in like you don't know a lot about, the areas and like the
Mhm.
people, but you want to believe that everybody is good to an extent.
Mm.
Have you ever been in a situation where it's like someone's giving you this information and you think that it's going to be good for you and and you're
Mhm.
going to benefit from it, and it turns out that it actually just made things worse and you could have like, done without.
I'm very, protective over
Mhm,
myself, and I actually what I usually do is I watch and observe before I even really jump into things, and I usually know that if something is too good to be true, it
mhm,
is too good to be true, people. Okay, so I think if I've learned that early on in Chicago, where
mhm,
I felt like I've been like in situations like that before I came here, and I
mhm,
kind of learned my lessons there,
mm,
where I trusted a friend, and
mhm,
they're like, "Oh, if you can help me out with this, I'll make sure to help you out with that." And then that
mhm.
was all just a lie. And then on top of that, they scammed me.
Yeah, I hate that.
So yeah, like
Yeah,
things like that happened to me too.
yeah.
Yeah, but by the time I got here, I was already savvy
Hip
to
to it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no, no,
yeah,
no, no. I'm
mhm,
not doing any of
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's just like I just hate that everybody's not as genuine as you would want them to be, and it's very it just sucks when you are not that type of person because
Mhm.
it's like you don't want to believe that everybody's out to get you because if you're believing like that you're going to drive yourself crazy.
But
So
the thing is, that's because you are a genuine person.
mhm,
So it's hard for you to relate to people that have like maybe negative things or
mhm,
hate and hatred in their heart.
mhm,
We can't fathom how they come from that angle,
yeah,
and they might actually look at you being a good, genuine, good-hearted person as something that is repulsive to them
mhm,
because they can't relate to you.
yeah, like, oh, it's naive, I love it.
Or
That's
that,
great.
yeah, like no, like
Yeah,
yeah. So I can relate to that. I
mhm,
can relate because I don't understand how certain people can do certain things.
yeah,
And then I'm like, "What the heck? this is what they think.
Mhm.
This is sad.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Very sad. But at least you learned that before getting here.
Mhm.
I feel like we all get knocked on our head a couple of times. Like, okay, I'm tired of getting knocked on my head. I got to figure this out. And I'm an observer too, but it's like something in me. It's like, okay, but like, what if,
But what
what
did
if,
your gut feeling tell you?
yeah, it's
What
usually,
did your gut feel? Because if you listen to your gut, you'll feel it, but then you're like, you want it so badly. So you're like, oh no, I'm okay. I'm just going to do this. This
Mhm.
is probably what I need to be doing to
Yeah.
get to the next level.
Yeah.
No. I've learned to listen to my gut. But I was in a big city. So like Chicago is a huge
Mhm.
city. And honestly, people are very much hustlers
Mhm.
and what can I get out of you?
Mhm.
And kind of have this crabs in a barrel mentality. Don't get me wrong, I love Chicago. Sorry guys, but that's literally how it is. So
Yeah.
you learn quick. You
Mhm.
learn quick.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's good to come across naive and sweet and nice because they might show and reveal parts of them to you that they wouldn't
Mhm.
to someone that they think they know what's going
Mhm.
on.
Yeah.
So it's actually an
Yeah.
advantage
Yep.
for
It's a
sure.
superhero in a sense.
Yeah.
Because now you're spilling all of this, and
Hmm.
I shouldn't be knowing about it. But now that I know not to associate
Right.
with you because
Yeah.
like I already know what
They
you.
get comfortable quick.
Yeah.
So it just has to be, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've always been observant, but I think now the place I'm in now, I can just spot something off and like I'm always like, no,
Yeah.
nah, I can't. I
Hmm.
already know what that's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a vision. Nope, I'm gonna listen to that. And then usually down the line, it's like, that's why I didn't do that because that happened.
Power of discernment.
Like there was this one time, me and my friend, we were gonna go somewhere to some like bar or something,
Hmm.
and she kept bringing up this bar. I'm like, no, like I can't place it, but I just feel off. I can't.
Hmm.
I can't go. But if you want to
Hmm.
go, I personally something's not right. She's like, what do you mean? I can't explain. I just don't know. But I do know I'm not going. And then the next morning, the place was like shot up. I'm like,
Oh,
and
wow.
that is why I told you I didn't want to go. Not that,
Wow.
it was just like, wow, crazy, wow. So, in other words, people, listen to your gut
Hmm.
because it's going to tell you every time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Every single time. If you don't know, your stomach might get to rumbling.
Yep.
And that is going to let you know one or two things. You may have to use the bathroom, or yeah, probably don't do what you're trying to do. Just be more careful, my good people, because everybody's not good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hateful, mean, nasty.
And nice people that are hateful. You wouldn't even think of
Yeah,
being that
that is
way.
true too.
Hmm.
Definitely gotta watch out for those ones because those ones are a little slipperier.
But you'll feel something is off.
Yeah,
You'll be like,
yeah,
oh, they're so nice, but no, something just doesn't
hmm,
sit right.
yeah. So honestly, just watch everybody. When it comes to staying creative, how do you continue to, keep your music up to date but still stay in your own lane?
I think most of that really comes down to the production because the production kind of dictates the sound. So if the beat sounds outdated, the
Yeah.
song is probably going to sound like that
Hmm.
too. So that's, I think, one of the biggest ones. And then also don't chase any sounds that are out. Nobody, like, it's been done. Like,
Hmm.
try to just be more creative or do something different. Like, I really don't like, what do you call it? Like, just chasing trends. Like,
Hmm.
I don't believe in that. I don't think it works because it's not authentic.
Yeah. And it's also a trend for a reason, eventually it's going to get
Go
played
away.
out and it's going
Yeah.
to go away and no one's going to think about it.
Maybe you'll be the trendsetter. You know what I mean? Maybe
Yeah.
the next thing you do is going to
Mhm.
be like bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I just feel like, when you're really staying true to who you are, I feel like your true listeners and your true followers that have been there since day one, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, she did her
Yeah.
thing with this one.
Right.
Yeah. It's so funny when artists that have done their own style,
Hmm.
they kind of tap into something that they don't do. And people
Hmm.
are like, oh,
What is
what is
that?
this?
Yeah. If this is the thing, if you're an established artist and you venture too far, then
Mhm.
you're fans, your core fans that love you for that music. They're like, wait a minute, what is this? So even when you're trying to get new people, I don't know. It's tricky. It's not easy. It's
Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah. I feel like being an artist, being a singer, songwriter, rap, I feel like that's a tall drink that because it just seems so like difficult because you want to have obviously like your core audience, but you want to be able to bring in other people too that, may not have listened to your music before, but also, still staying with your own sound. It's like it just seems like it's just so much to think about because at the end of the day, you want to do what's best for you, not anyone else, but also everybody else is, how
Yeah,
just
it's tricky, but I think you can't make music just to please others or
Mhm.
gain a following.
Yeah.
That's not gonna gain you a following.
Mhm.
I don't think it will. I don't.
Yeah.
And I also, you have to be very clear about what your end goal is,
Mhm.
because if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then yeah, you probably are chasing trends.
Yeah. Especially people on TikTok. It's like, I always look at it like, okay, it's a catchy song, of
Hmm.
course, but are you able to do that 20 times, you know, do that 20 more times? Like, do you have anything in the vault? Do you have,
It's
like,
hard.
you know?
Some artists are like, afraid. Like I heard like when Cardi B came out with her album, it was such a hit
Mm,
that she was afraid to come out with another one
yeah.
because like how do you top it?
Hmm.
That I think that's a big struggle
Yeah.
for artists. Huge struggle.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense though, because, if everybody likes this one album, it's like, how am I topping that? How am I going to be better than that if
Mm,
apparently that was like the greatest
yeah.
I've done, you know?
Yeah, I can't even
Yeah.
imagine when yeah, especially when you're already in the public eye.
Hmm.
When not,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And also like the songs that are like old to you are new to
Yeah.
the masses. So that's another thing. If the music is not like, I don't believe like working on a song for like 5 years and
Mhm.
then putting it out and then wait, I did an album 5 years ago. I'm just gonna re-release it. But
Yeah.
there is certain songs that might be so special that you can re-release it because if you only have 30 monthly listeners on Spotify, the rest of the world hasn't heard them.
Yeah. This is true. Yeah. Hey.
That's how I think Ella May Boot Up was out for years
Mm.
before it actually became a hit.
Mhm.
And to us, it was all new.
Yeah. And it's just funny because like I feel like that's how a lot of artists that have been doing music for years, like,
Mhm.
the song can be like 10 years old and it's like, oh, I did that years ago.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
like, how is that still a thing now?
Right.
Have you ever like forgot the lyrics to your song?
Yes, more than once on stage. Come up with new ones. Play it off because hey, nobody knows my songs,
Yeah.
right? There might be a musical break in between.
I always think, how are they memorizing all these? Like, obviously they
Mm.
wrote it, but Chris Brown, for example, a trillion songs at this point. Like, how are you memorizing? But obviously that is what rehearsals are for, like set lists. Like, okay, we're singing these songs. Okay, so
Right.
I need to
Practice
memorize
those.
these songs.
Yeah. I never know. Like I feel the same way about actors. Like, how do you guys memorize these scripts? I mean, especially theater actors. Like,
Mhm.
how do you do it? Like, I have trouble keeping my own song in my head that I wrote. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think everybody has their own like style of memorizing. For me, I think this one project I did, it was like 100 pages worth of lines. And I'm like, how am I how? How am I gonna memorize all of
Mm-hmm.
this? Plus, not necessarily memorize the other people's lines, but obviously you wanna
Kind of know.
know you gotta know so
Mm-hmm.
you know when your part is coming. So it's like kinda memorizing both. But honestly, what I do, I record myself and I record the other people's lines and I just take it page by page. And
Mm-hmm.
then once I memorize the first one, I go on to the second. And
Mm-hmm.
then once I memorize that, I go all the way back to the beginning, start over. So,
Because like I feel like with singing, it's almost easier because you're attaching melody to it
mhm,
and movement.
yeah.
So would that work for actors too? Like kind of
Um,
like thinking about the situation and knowing like you're in this place with these people and this is
mhm.
the scene, and then can you like kind of memorize it scene per scene, or
Yeah.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
so when I'm breaking down a scene under my lines that I need to say, I always write my inner monologue. Like what am I
Oh,
feeling
feeling.
like in this moment? So then it's easier for me to memorize the actual line.
So attaching feeling to the
Yeah.
line.
So there is
Yeah,
feeling to it.
okay.
I'm just not singing it. But I heard that sometimes if you just can't memorize something, sing it. Because
Mm.
honestly, it works. Like it's so funny. I can hear a song a couple of times and I have memorized it. But when it comes to acting and reading a scene, it's hard. So it's like, okay, because I need to break it down. I really need to put feeling into these lines. With singing, it's more so like, you're just having fun. Acting,
Mhm.
it's fun, but
It's hard
it's
work.
hard work.
Your
Yeah.
guys' work happens in that moment. We're recording, so we're in
Yeah.
a booth recording the song, and
Mhm.
all that work happens there, and we take another take, another take.
Yeah.
It's really not that much of a pressure on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you're performing, you're already very familiar with the
Mhm.
song.
Yeah.
It's just 3 minutes.
Yeah, and depending on how the scene is, it could be more than that.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
What does success look like to you today, opposed to how you felt like it was gonna look back then?
That's a good one. Starting out when I was a teen, like 15, of course, you have that thought of, I want to be signed as a major artist to a major label. I want to take over the world, right? Okay. But, after a while, you really learning how everything works, how the industry works, how your process is, what kind of music you want to make. It might not be anything that's works with the mainstream,
Yeah.
thing at that moment. It kind of like developed for me. It went from that. And I feel like this is like really setting yourself up for failure.
Mhm.
Because how many people become the major artist on a major label? And then you also I realize, like, is that actually really something I want? Do I really want to be a singer they're writing songs for, choosing the songs
Mhm.
for? I have to look this way, act this way, sing this, believe this,
Mhm.
present that, and then also, do you really want that huge fame? That's another thing to think
Yeah.
about, because do you really not want to be able to go to the grocery store or get a
Mhm.
coffee at somewhere, or I don't know, go out or whatever? And I always said, I want to be like some of those actors when I see them walk around and they're like, and I'm like, oh, that's that guy from that
Mhm.
show. But I can't tell you who it is and what
Yeah.
but they're working and they're doing their thing. And
Yeah.
I appreciate their work because
Mhm.
I don't watch it. It made me happy.
Yeah.
I got something out of it. And at the same time, they can be with everybody
Mhm.
else.
That's so funny because I literally said the exact same thing on my other episode.
Really?
Because I was like, when you're a kid or when you're younger, you see this future for yourself and like I'm gonna have like all of these followers and I'm gonna have fame and I'm gonna
Mhm.
be in one of the biggest movies ever and like it's gonna be
Right.
great. And then when you get to that age of like, mm, do I really want to do that? Do I really want all of that attention on me to the point where I can't even go to the store? I have to
Mhm.
call my security guard to
Mhm.
come and get me and walk me through the store. Now I
Mhm.
have all these people trying to get my attention and trying to get a picture, trying to sign me. It's like, oof, I don't think I want that. I like you said, like there's quite a few people I see actors where it's like, oh, that's so and so.
Right.
And then it's like they're just minding their business. They don't have like 20 different people around them to protect
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
They're just living life, but also being able to live life on the screen too and being able to do their dreams. So, yeah,
Best of both worlds.
yeah, literally best of both worlds. I think it would be hard to keep up with
It
the
must be hard. I've seen something and it was terrifying. It was Selena Gomez somewhere
Mhm.
walking and people literally pulling at her and she was terrified, like scared for her life. And I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
just think you have to be afraid of stalkers or
Mhm.
any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But at the same time, I think you have to learn as an artist that this is what I learned, and this is now what I can really enjoy what I do.
Mhm.
You have to love the journey. That journey is where like the milestones sit, where the joy is, because even if you have an accomplishment, I don't know how you felt after you did that movie in
Mhm.
Palm Springs, but you do it and you're like, "Hey, I did it. Now what?"
Yeah.
And then you feel just regular, like the
Yeah.
same way. So
Mhm.
those huge accomplishments don't really give you the joy you think they will.
Yeah, especially after you've already gotten it, because it's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay,
Now
this
what?
is now moving on to something else."
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you can enjoy like doing what you do and the people you're with, that's another thing. I feel like finding your tribe is
Mm,
really important. When
it
you have
is.
the right type of people around you and you all like have the same goal and you're working together, it's so rewarding and
Mhm.
so fun and so beautiful. And I think just yeah, enjoying the journey is really where I feel like where it all lies.
Mhm. Like, yeah, having that good tribe around you, and it doesn't have to
Hmm.
be a whole busload of people. Honestly, it's too many. Even a short bus is too many. You know, I feel like as you get older, the circle just starts to get
Absolutely.
smaller and smaller to the point where it might only be one or two people. And at first, when I was younger, I was like, "Oh, they're my friends," and you don't have friends.
Um,
In terms of like just kind of preparing you for the real world, it's like
mm,
everybody is not your
your
friend.
friend. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you don't have friends. Like you may have one or two good
Yeah.
friends in your lifetime.
Right.
That's probably it. Like everybody
Hmm.
else might be, a good associate, acquaintance, like
Right.
people that
There's a
you can go
difference.
and, hang out with, but someone that you really confide in and like
Hmm.
really someone that really knows you. It's not too many people.
That is so true. I agree on that. I
Yeah.
really do.
And it sucks to an extent. I feel like as you get older it doesn't suck as much because,
Hmm.
half the time you don't even want to be bothered.
So, as an actor, do you feel like it's important to you who you work with? Like, I know as like when you're like casted into something, you can't really control
Mhm.
like who you're working with, and there might be people you don't like. I feel like as a singer, you have a bigger advantage there because if you don't want to work with somebody, you don't need to work with them. You know? I don't know.
Yeah, luckily I haven't come across anybody that I don't like that I've
Hmm.
worked with. Which is let's keep it that way. But no, I think that sometimes you just have to put what you're really focusing on first, and
Hmm.
then let the BS be what it is to
Absolutely.
the
Just focus
side.
on your own work.
Because I feel like there's a lot of actors and actresses that don't like each other,
Mm.
but on screen you would think they are the best of friends, but they really hate each other.
Good liars.
Really great liars, phenomenal actors. Because you have to know how to act. If you don't like the person that you're working with, like that's top tier acting.
Right.
um, I want to get into a win is a win. So, any win for you recently? I know we kind of talked, but not talked about
The thing I'm not
the
talking
thing
about.
you're not talking about.
That
So,
is really my biggest win, but my lips are sealed for right now. I just can't. I can't.
yeah,
Can't say anything
no
until
worries.
it comes out.
Any other wins you feel like, you know what? And it doesn't even have to be like anything music related. I feel like whatever win you feel like is a win for you is a win. It could have been you folded your clothes that were probably sitting on your bed for a couple of days and it's like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. And you got to
Okay,
it. That's
okay,
a yeah.
okay. Very simple win.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know what to say. Let me think. If it's not music related,
Or we can keep it music related. Whatever you feel like is.
I kind of want to talk about the thing I don't want to talk about. So I'm just going to talk about it, but not really talk about it. I know. I feel like I'm literally doing something that, and basically living my freaking dream, and I can't talk about it. I can't talk
Look,
about it. I
period.
can't talk
That's
about
the
it.
win.
That's the win. But then also, it's I'm learning that just keeping things to yourself sometimes
Mhm,
protects
mhm.
the whole thing, and it keeps it to special to you.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
Definitely, I've had to learn that the hard way.
yeah, too many opinions. That's
Yeah.
another thing. Like also sharing with other people is I'm always afraid they might hate on me. Like or even friends, you don't want to make them uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Sometimes, they might get uncomfortable when you're successful. That doesn't mean that they're bad people, maybe they're just yearning for something, similar, and they don't have that opportunity. So it's kind of this weird balance of I want to tell them, but I don't want to come off like I'm showing off, or
Yeah.
or you get people that don't see the vision, and then they give you their opinions, and then now
Feel bad about what was actually good for
yeah,
you.
and now you have all these weird mixed feelings about it,
Mhm.
and now they're lowering your vibration and
Mhm.
keep it to yourself.
Like, don't
Mhm.
say anything. Because I feel like that's sharing it with, the world, and you're not sharing it with people that you feel like, oh, like, they're not gonna say nothing. It's not even about them saying anything. It's more so like you're already putting it into the universe and it
Mhm.
hasn't come to fruition yet.
Yes,
So you don't want to throw off the alignment by
absolutely.
speaking on it too much.
And then they might not see the vision, and
Mhm.
their limitations
Yeah.
kind of they just kind of reflect their limitations
Mhm.
on you. So
Because if it doesn't happen and you told people, oh,
that's the worst. Oh my God. Cringe.
very much. And yeah, I've learned that the hard way too. When I told people I was moving to Arizona and I ended up not,
Mm-hmm.
and that was embarrassing. It's like, "Hey, yeah, don't say anything until it's official, official, official. Like
Right.
you're already done with it. You signed the paperwork. You signed it.
Right, right.
Yeah, you got to be here.
Exactly. Everything is shot. Like I'm in these things I'm filming, to
Mhm.
put on social media. I'm not going to release until it's
Yeah,
already done.
yeah, yeah. You don't want to mess it up.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Just yeah, just wait. Sit up. Any advice for artists? What you got?
Any advice?
Mhm.
Well, be yourselves, learn to enjoy the journey. Also, be very clear about why you're doing it. And that will really reveal a lot because some people do it out of maybe they have actually some emotional wounds and they don't know
Mhm.
how to deal with it. And they might have found the music to be the thing. But then also, other people might do it for fame. So, I mean, there's so many different reasons. Just
Mhm.
be clear about the reason you do it, and that alone can help you be happier with it because you know how to approach it.
That's some good advice.
Yeah.
I want to move on to pick a struggle. Okay. So it's like, would you rather?
hmm
Yeah.
hmm
So let's ask Olive some questions. Would you rather release a deeply personal song or your catchiest song?
Deeply personal.
Mhm.
Deeply personal.
Mhm.
100%.
After we talk about, I'd say that one too. Would you rather perform for 50 people who you truly connect with or 5,000 people who barely know your music?
5,000 people. 100% because they can then get to know my
Mhm.
music.
Exactly. Exactly. Would you rather spend a year writing the perfect album or release music consistently? I think I kind of know this one too.
Hmm.
Oh, maybe not.
Releasing music consistently, but that doesn't stop you from working on that perfect album.
Do both.
Pick both struggles. No.
Would you rather collaborate with your dream artist or artists or have your dream audience?
Collaborate with my dream artist.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah. Because you can get the dream audience.
Well, also the dream audience, what does it mean? Like people that are gonna clap whatever you do, or like that are just like your fans.
Mhm.
They're already my fans.
Yeah. It's whatever you want it to be.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. Then, like I said, work with my favorite artists, dream artists.
Who are those artists, if you don't mind asking?
Okay, well, I love Kehlani.
I love
Love her. Love
Mhm.
her music, her writing, her, just everything about her.
Mhm.
Definitely a big fan. And also Chris Brown, like,
Mhm.
man, the type of music he has released, the
Yeah.
writing, like his arrangements, like I would love to write a song for him.
Mhm.
Like love, love. I mean, I would collaborate with him too. I would say no to that, but yeah, definitely would love to write him a song.
Hey, it can happen and it
Yeah.
will happen. Let's go ahead and put that in there. It will happen. All of the dream artists that you want to collaborate with will happen. It'll come to fruition. And honestly, I feel like Kaylani always collaborates with
Yeah, the
like that-
female
Yeah,
artists.
the female
Yeah,
artists.
I've
And,
seen it.
yeah, so
That'd be so cool.
I think that'd be phenomenal because I feel like you guys' sound would definitely match each other.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. What did you think about her new album?
I love it. I mean, I love her music. And then that song, Folded.
Yeah,
Epic,
that's
epic.
yes.
I feel like they went back to like the 90s.
They did,
Like a lot
for
of
sure.
90s influences. Like,
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
It made me think of Brandy. Mhm.
Yes, a
Love
lot of
Brandy.
Brandy
Mhm.
stuff. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I actually like I can't think of the name of the song, but it's on her new album with,
Mhm.
Brandy's featured on the song.
Oh yeah, I've heard that
Yeah, love that
too.
song.
I love it.
I can't think of the name, I'm
But
so
I
sorry.
mean, like Brandy, her vocals are crazy. I mean, she's a vocal bible.
Mhm.
Like if you don't listen to, if you haven't listened to Brandy, then I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What rock you living under, but figure it
If you
out.
like R&B.
I want you to tell the people where they can find
Oh, okay. Well,
you.
you can find me on Instagram under Olive Melody Official, on TikTok as Olive Melody, and then my music is on all platforms. So if you just type in Olive Melody, you'll find it.
Again, I really appreciate you coming. That
Thank
is
you for
going to
having
be
me.
it for today. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
I thank you guys for listening and watching. And again, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, send an email, do all the things you can. Please. And that is going to be it for today. Thanks. Bye.